So this is part 5 of building foundations. Foundations, very important. If this is the first time we are watching this series I'm doing on building foundations, kindly watch from part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, because there's a lot of things, a lot of deep things I've shared in part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and a lot of them are connected. And this here is part 5. You see, we are not supposed to come here and repeat the mistakes of a previous generation. No. You see, because when that happens, the only thing it means is that we are not learning. And if you have opened your eyes to look closely, a lot of the things you see in a lot of bloodlines, a lot of families, a lot of the things you see in a lot of bloodlines, a lot of families, is the same mistakes that stop previous generations that are being repeated. The same mistakes that stop grandfathers, great-grandfathers, things that stop ancestors are the same mistakes being made today. And that is a problem. It's a big problem. If ever we are going to stand strong, if ever we are going to build up as a people, as a society, as a race, we have to become intentional when it comes to building foundations. And one of the major ones is sharing the life we have lived and all that experience with the next generation, with the people we have chosen, people we have selected to carry the baton in the next generation. There are people you have to intentionally decide. There are people you have to intentionally choose to train to continue certain things in the next generation, because not all your children will be compatible. But amongst your children, when you look through them, there are two people. There is one person you know will be able to also follow that instruction, follow whatever you're trying to teach them, and they also are going to hand it over to the next generation. This is where the problem is. This is why the disconnection is. We are not building foundations. And people who lived, for whatever reason, refuse to share their life experiences with the next generation. So they come and repeat the same mistakes their grandfathers made in the current generation. They come and repeat the same mistakes that was made 10 generations away, 5 generations away. How are we going to build forward? How are we going to move on? How are we going to move on when a greater part, a greater area of our focus is centered on things that we cannot hand over to the next generation? When it's focused on being sexually perverse and thinking about, I like this girl, I like that girl, I like this girl, I want this girl, I want this one, I want this one. Wasting of energy, wasting of life force. This is what's going on here on this continent. And the other ones I've spoken to you about. When you go there, you see the same thing happening there. You see the same cycle going round and round and round again. The black man has forgotten to build foundations. So even before entering into marriage, their mind is focused on something else. Listen, it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of staying power. If you want to build foundations, do your research. There are a lot of videos here. Listen, in 2024, there's nothing you want to learn that anything will stop you. 2024, everything you want to find out, you have access, because the internet has become open. Go and read. some of these families that are controlling the world, go and read. Some of them have had a history of handing over from one generation to the other. The first generation that started, all they learned, all they understood, they have documented the lives of each and every one who came through the generation, so that they know, oh, this one came to do this, he was able to pioneer this. This is how you do. This is how you did it. So if you also want to do it, this is what you did. And some of them have secret documents about how to do certain things. Some of them are holding patents to their names. Patents, another problem. Some of these bloodlines, they are holding patents to their name. Patents that are crucial for everything you are doing today. They are holding the patents. Every time you want to use it, you pay them. But the black man's mind is not there at all. No. Our mind is somewhere. We're thinking about certain things, chasing certain things, wasting our energy on certain things. And at the 11th hour, we come and sit down again, cup in hand. We've wasted all the energy. We have to focus on building foundations. I'm telling you today. Some of these things I come and share here, you hardly hear it around. Build foundations. We have to be intentional on building foundations to make sure the 10th generation from now will never taste some of the difficulties we went through. The 10th generation, if Jesus tarries, our 5th generation from now shouldn't face certain things. You have to look. It's going to take a lot of focus. It's going to take a lot of energy. It's going to take a lot of thinking intentionally. And a lot of the black people, a lot of the black race, some of these things I'm talking about, it has not even crossed somebody's mind at all. It hasn't crossed someone's mind. So you look into the society and realize everybody is playing with marriage. Everybody is playing around marriage, and we have one of the most dangerous things is that we have accepted it as a norm. It's become normal to marry and then be dating outside of marriage, not knowing the implications of what we are doing. You are breaking the hedge around you. You are breaking the hedge of protection of God around you. So stop, don't cry when the snakes come in to bite, when the snakes come in to destroy everything you think you want to build. People are playing with it. It's normal. You get married and then it's okay to have something on the side. You don't know what you are doing. You are breaking the hedge of fire that God has put around that marriage. You are breaking it. If you break the hedge of fire and the snakes come in to bite, don't blame anybody. The sad thing is, it has become socially acceptable. It's similar to gossip. Gossip, very dangerous. But when you look into the African community, you see gossip as a normal thing. Oh, it's nothing. And yet, but gossip has a power to destroy you. Because, look, it's your words. Based on your words, you are going to be judged. You are going to be held accountable. It's your words, the words that come out of you, that defile you. A lot of people we are playing with a lot of things here. This is part 5. Part 5 of building foundations. One of the places that we are being stopped, one of the places we continuously fall as a people, as a race, is in the area of not keeping that marriage vow, so that whatever blessing is in marriage will come onto that, will come to you. That's the problem. Marriage comes with a blessing. But when you break your vows, you open the doors for the enemy. to come and destroy everything.